Hey, this is Punker Mike. I'm here with Reverend Aaron, and we're chit-chatting with Charlie from the Dirtycakes band.
What's up, Charlie?
Hello. I'm doing well. How about you?
Fantastic. So you are actually en route to a gig as we speak. Is this right?
Yes. I'm currently sitting in traffic on the famous I-10 to rock and roll capital of the world, La Puente, California.
Yeah.
La Puente.
Where it all began.
Yes, much like Hawthorne or
Fresno.
right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Modesto.
So where are you guys playing? What's the name of the venue?
We're going to a place called Bridgetown. It's a DIY alt punk rock venue. Some touring bands that are fans of ours hit us up and offered a spot for us to come out. And sometimes we like to go out and throw our weight behind some people and have some fun. This is essentially probably some old converted like laundromat that is now just a no-stage DIY punk venue. It's basically just an excuse for these teenagers to go smoke cigarettes and do drugs and fornicate, and we're going to go throw it down so it stays there.
As it always has been. So, hey, listen, man, we just played the Resist Trump track.
Yeah.
Which I think
That's
is fantastic.
It's fun.
Oh, it's a super sing-along. It's nice and venting and angry. And so talk a little bit about the track and, I mean, it's easy to hate on the president, but, I'm always curious, like, what specifically got you to sort of take pen to paper or pick the string or whatever the hell it is and actually write a song about being pissed about the dude?
Yeah, sure. So we had a couple of songs floating around with that riff idea, but last year, 1 year ago today, 1 year ago, roughly today, my birthday's in like 2 weeks. Last year, I threw a party at the Viper Room, and we did a fundraiser for some charities for like some free speech and for some lawyers for all of the folks trapped at LAX because of the immigration.
Fantastic. Good for you.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
So we were able to get some heavies to come in, and we figured that we needed a theme song for the evening. So we mashed up a couple of the most fun riffs that we had and really just let inspiration roll. The song was written in like 3 minutes when we decided to do it,
Perfect.
And the end result was we had a great theme song for the night. We had some private donors that tripled our donations. So we raised a couple $1,000 to save some people stuck by security at LAX.
Fantastic, man. So
awesome.
The catalyst being this god-awful draconian Gestapo inspired fucking travel ban that Trump tried to put on already marginalized people in our country, which we participated in Punks for Progress at the airport demonstrations, that happened, simultaneously. And thankfully we didn't have to, get locked up and pay, have lawyers and go through that misery, because that is a miserable process to go through too, because, if you look at, I don't know how familiar you are with the case with the J20 defendants in Washington, D.C., but those people have been put through hell and had mass of the charges dropped, but they're not, you have to pay your own travel fees, your own room and board to go and be there and be available for the court, aside from the actual attorney's fees themselves. It could ruin you, getting a case
absolutely. We worked with some attorneys here. Some friends of mine do a lot of pro bono work. But even if the attorney fees are waived, like, we raised several grand, that probably helped like 2 or 3 people file court fees to get out. Like, that was nothing. And everybody donated their time. So, like, there's no get rich quick thing off of some Ivy League grads. Like, it was all going to the state of California. God. And the federal government.
Well, I for one, commend you for those efforts. We need more and more of that. That's exactly how, we combat this misery that's being forced on us. So that's really badass. And dude, I already dug the song right off the bat. We've played it on our show before, and, just mining the web for, anti-Trump music that rocks. And so we've played it before and just dug it. So that's awesome. But let's talk about this. So the track is a lot of your other music is not exactly like that track. So I mean, there's similarities. I hear hints of it in some of your other songs. But let's talk maybe just a little bit about where you guys are coming from. I mean, I don't want to do the influences question, man, but just give us an idea.
I got you, man.
Where Dirtycakes.
I got you.
From.
Yeah. Well, to be completely square, like about a year and a half ago, just decided to. We had all the songs that were written in the set were recorded, so it's time to retool and really put the guys in the room to write some stuff that meant something. And by that point, we had gone from writing songs in the studio and writing things in front of crowds, and it went a lot more from stuff that we thought sounded good to stuff that was gonna be catchy enough for girls to like, heavy enough for boys to dig. And if the girls can dance to it and the boys can sit there and go for it, then the venue's going to sell booze, people are going to get laid, and they're going to come back another time, and you've done your due diligence as a public servant in rock and roll, which is essentially lubricating drugs, sex, and the next generation being created.
Excellent. So,
very cool.
What do you guys got in the works? You have a new single coming out. Let's talk about that first, and then we'll get into some other things you guys got going on.
Sure. Yeah. As far as new stuff in the works, we have last year recorded an entire album. We recorded the bare bones of the next record, but instead of releasing it all at once, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up at a time where there would be an album, there'd be one or two good songs on it. The term for those would be like the unit shifter of the record, and then 9 songs of crap that you never really listened to, and nobody really cared about. Before Led Zeppelin, every full-length album was a collection of the singles that were good from the year before. Right. So we figured, instead of annoying people and being like, hey, did you like the record? Yeah, but track 5 is really great. Nobody ever makes it to track 5. Nobody. So we're going to release 1 or 2 every 6 to 8 weeks when we have time to produce them properly, get a video for every song, promote every single piece as a standalone item.
Sure.
And then, we'll record some other things. And when everything gets out, when everything gets the attention it deserves, when we've rooted out the couple mistakes that we for sure have made because we're mildly talented musicians with a decent ear, we'll then remix the stuff, what makes it through, and make a full-length album out of that.
Right.
And that'll be probably, for what people want to. But who buys records anymore? Very few people buy albums. Best Buy last week announced they're not even selling CDs anymore.
That's right.
And that's where I got my first CDs. I got
the whole world's changed.
Priest screaming for vengeance in the $5 bin in the impulse section at the Best Buy, and that changed my life.
Well, I could tell you, so I definitely was a person, and Mike was too, growing up buying albums. I think I just have to defend those albums I bought because as an old punk rocker, we were pretty particular that record had to be damn fucking good from start to finish, and if it wasn't, we called it garbage, and they were posers. You know what I mean? But,
absolutely.
But that's the heyday, bro. That's the good old days. I totally agree with you. So, like, I have a band. We do sort of proto-punk glam stuff called the Convulsionaires. And where we're at right now, we put out an EP this year. It's a 5-song EP that we really love. We have mastered by Giza X, and, like, we love it. But we actually argued a lot over whether we should do it or not. And I kind of won out the day as an old music collector who said, look, I like to have something in my hand, that's of the band I like. So that's why I want to do it. And also it's kind of a business card. You know what I mean? And we'll just give them away. But so that was kind of why we did that. It wasn't to like, here's our new album, but really where we're focused now is very similar to what you're describing. Is what we're going to do is just, we have a shit ton of songs that we haven't recorded yet. So and what has been stopping us is like, man, that's a lot of music to record to do an album. And so we just ended up not recording, right? So we're going to just go one song at a time. We'll put all the work that needs to be done into this one track, record it, make it beautiful, then put together a really badass video for it, and then just release it. And then again, just like you said, when you get to the point where you have 10 or 12 of those, you compile them all, remix them, get them remastered, and put them together with a new package and release an album,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I think all the music I grew up listening to whether it's like, I don't know the name of the record that You Really Got Me was on. I couldn't tell you what the name of the album that, the cowboy song from Thin Lizzy first debuted on. I know I like that track.
Jailbreak.
I know that I love a lot of other songs from them, but
The first one was Live at
bottom line,
Budokan, and the
2.5
second one was
minutes.
Jailbreak. Sorry.
Okay. I think Live at Budokan's got the best. Oh, that's such a good record.
And Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak is amazing. And the fact that you brought out Cowboy song, kudos, my friend. Because, there's the track everybody knows off that album, but it's all about Cowboy song and the title track, Jailbreak. Off that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, my favorite Thin Lizzy songs are like The Rocker, Cowboy song, Still in Love with You is massively underrated. People have no concept of how amazing that band is.
Yeah,
They're
I do.
the shit.
I nearly worship them. And and Phil Lynott did a bunch of stuff in '77 with the whole New York CBGB's crew. They had a band, a punk rock band. I can't remember what it was called. It was actually kind of a generic, shitty sounding punk band name. Like the Rebel, Bad People, or some bullshit.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Phil, I could talk Phil Lynott all day. We could turn this into an hour-long conversation about Thin Lizzy easily.
I mean, yeah. Why not? Why not just make it all Motorhead, Phil Lynott, and Ray Davis? Because apparently it's not Davies anymore. But whatever. I'm fine with that. What I was getting at before we had this wonderful side conversation about Phil Lynott and his shiny, sexy pickguard is every 2.5 minutes has to sit on its own. If I have to wait 45 seconds or a minute and a half to get to the good part, I'm never going to hear it. To quote Phil Anselmo, it's like, why not make the whole song the money riff? And if you listen to Resist, it opens with the money riff. And the only time it ever stops is when we have a couple of things to say, and even in then, it's giant power chord and drum fill. So it's like, that's really where we're trying to get to, is like, get in, get out. The new single's got 2 tracks on it. The title track is fine. The B-side's Make Love. I think Make Love runs at about 2 minutes, 47 seconds, and it's 2 verses, a solo, double chorus outro, and that's all you need.
For real. Good. So
it's unnecessary.
Yeah, no. It's reminding me of a quote from Keith Morris from Circle Jerks Black Flag, and he's like, I'm paraphrasing, but he's just like, we took the pop song and the riff that you like, trimmed off all the fat, out with the intro, out with the outro, drop the bridge, shorten the solo as short as you can fucking get it, get in, get out, and fucking jam. Love it.
No, absolutely. One of my favorite radio stations, something I listen to obsessively, is Little Steven's Underground Garage. And his motto is, we play everything that inspired the Ramones, everything inspired by the Ramones,
right,
and the Ramones.
Right. Yes. And that's actually, that's right where my – no wonder we're getting along so well, man, because that's right where my band is. We're stuck in the mid-'70s. Huge fans of MC5, huge fans of the New York Dolls. Of course, kick out the jams, bro, and T-Rex, man, and the Sweet, and, Slade.
I have no concept of what a Jeepster is, but I want my girl to be one.
But you are one for her love. That's all you know, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Oh, why can't I find a nice redhead to be a Jeepster for? That's my hunt. Why are they always either Faye Reagan or like Dave Mustaine? Is there no middle ground that's accessible for the rest of us?
Oh, shit. So, hey, listen, man, you got a gig to get to. Well, if there's anything else that our listeners need to know, how do they get a hold of you? How do they find you? Website, whatever. Plug all the stuff.
Yeah, man, it's simple. If you got the internet, you got anything, it's Dirtycakes Band. Type in whatever you feel like. We're on all the things. We give everything away. We make our money on the back end. We're fine. We just want to do the world a favor, get some people laid, make your stony baloney times a little bit better, and hopefully make the world a little bit better place by crushing the stupid fuckers along the way.
And that's why we love
Dig it? Yeah. We're Dirtycakes. We play rock and roll. Dig.
Excellent, man.
Let's play some rock and roll.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us.
I'm down, man.
Have a fucking
Anytime, man. Anytime, I would love to. This has been fun.
Oh, then we got to do it again.
I'm in.
Cheers. Stay in touch and make sure you look up Dirtycakes Band. And you're going to play another video, Mike?
Yes. We're going to play that B-side. Yeah?
Yeah, live east-side in the studio from some nice kids trying to do a zine in the 818. It's called In the Valley 818. It's those kids. God bless them. They didn't even know what a zine was, and they were doing one. I love this punk rock spirit out there. People don't even know how punk rock they are. It's beautiful. Check it out.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Cheers. Have a good show.